This course is sponsored by the USAA Foundation. We'd like to thank the USAA Foundation for their generosity in making this course possible.
Caring for your family is on the forefront of every life decision you make. There are so many items to consider when thinking of their well-being. Ultimately, you want to protect them from the uncertainties of life. Anticipating certain legal documents you need to have in order can create a more certain future for them and you. Hello, I'm Mike Ditter, and I'm an estate planning attorney practicing in San Diego, California. Welcome to this course on legal issues and important documents caregivers need. In a previous Psych Armor course, Creating an Emergency Response Plan for Caregivers, subject matter expert Lori Van Tilburg provided a step-by-step guide to filling out your own comprehensive disaster plan, as well as how to prepare a response to a variety of emergencies. In this course, we will lay out the day-to-day details of what kind of legal issues you, as a caregiver, will want to be aware of, what conversations to have with your veteran, and what documents caregivers might need to have handy for long-term care and end-of-life care. We will focus on the following in this course: legal issues, paperwork, communication, self-care, resources. Let's go over the legal issues you should consider. There are three types of power of attorney: general power of attorney, limited power of attorney, and medical power of attorney. The medical power of attorney is sometimes referred to as an advanced healthcare directive, or AHCD. You can attach durable to any of these three types to indicate that in the case of mental incompetency, the power of attorney continues in effect. A durable power of attorney allows you to appoint someone, healthcare agent, attorney-in-fact, proxy, or surrogate, to make a decision for you if you cannot speak for yourself. It is important to set up a durable power of attorney with someone who you trust and who can handle the responsibility of making vital decisions for you and consequently your family. Copies of this document should be distributed in all healthcare settings. End-of-life considerations may feel like a low priority, but in the case of injury of any kind, it's good to have all the details of your medical care outlined. And the AHCD, or Durable Medical Power of Attorney, allows you to address the use of dialysis, breathing machines, tube feeding, etc. Not only does writing out an advance directive clear up any confusion, it relieves your family of the burden of making those decisions. It's a gift to them. The next important legal documents to consider are trusts and wills. The main distinction between the two is that a will comes into effect only after you die, whereas a trust goes into effect as soon as you create it. Also, a will must be overseen by a court, whereas a trust passes outside of probate, which is outside of the court process. It is private, whereas a will becomes part of public record. The benefit of a will is that it allows you to delineate specific end-of-life details such as funeral arrangements and appointing guardians for your kids. A trust is used more as a financial plan for your dependents, and if it is an irrevocable trust, it may not be considered as part of your taxable estate. A living trust is a document enabling a person called a grantor or trustor to create a trust and appoint a trustee to carefully manage trust assets once the grantor is no longer able to manage finances. A person can appoint another individual or a financial institution to be the trustee. It is of the utmost importance to keep copies of all your medical documents together so they are all in one place. Some of the important documents are: 1. Your primary physician's telephone number and address. 2. Your health insurance provider policy number. 3. Your hospital affiliation. 4. Your and your family's blood type. 5. Your medical power of attorney if applicable. 6. Your pharmacy's name and location. 7. Your prescription numbers. 8. A list of all medications for yourself and your family. 9. Frequency and dosages you are presently taking, both prescription and non-prescription. And 10. A list of your allergies and sensitivities, specific medical conditions, adaptive equipment, and vendors' contact information for adaptive equipment, including phone numbers. Basically, you want to have documents that would allow someone outside of your network to be able to easily access medical assistance or to assist themselves that they are a healthcare provider in some capacity on your behalf, and the best way to make this happen is to be sure that all the information they would need is available. The Family Care Plan is a blueprint that describes how your family should be cared for while you're away. Although family care plans aren't required for all service members, they're required if you're a single parent, a dual military family with children younger than 19, or if you have sole responsibility for caring for a disabled or elderly family member. You and the veteran you care for should work together on this document to be sure it includes all necessary information, including 1. Child care guidance such as expectations and schedules for child care, school, and extracurricular activities. 2. Medical care information such as medications, allergies, and doctor's appointments. 3. Parenting responsibilities and challenges. These would include topics like guidance on food preferences and restrictions, bedtime, discipline, religious observances and activities, social and leisure activities, safety precautions, allowances and spending, and other issues that come to mind. 4. Contact information for friends and relatives, healthcare and other service providers, and community resources. 5. Important documents such as the location of documents like wills, insurance papers, and birth certificates. 6. Finances. You'll want to include information on how the financial support of family members will be managed. 7. An alternative caregiver's name and contact information should be discussed and included. And 8. Other important documents that you agree upon. Your designated caregiver may need several other important legal documents. Keep these documents current to ensure you're ready when you have to leave. Power of attorney. This legal document authorizes your caregiver to make parenting decisions on your behalf for a specified period of time, including decisions related to medical care. A POA is required in your family care plan. Military ID cards. Make sure each family member aged 10 or older is registered in the Defense Enrollment Eligibility Reporting System and has a current ID card. Caregivers do not get their own ID cards while caring for your family. Agent letter of authorization. Caregivers can access on-installation facilities to support your family members in their care, but they must have a letter of authorization signed by the commanding officer of the installation. You can request this letter through the ID card office at your base or post. For more information about documents your designated family caregiver needs, talk with a military one-source consultant at 1-800-342-9647. Holding a family meeting is a good starting point to get on the same page about how to handle emergencies. It also helps improve communication and have fun. Some tips for holding a meeting include 1. Letting go of expectations for participation. Be open and inviting, but let family members participate at the level they are comfortable. This will also create trust and respect. 2. Keep the goal of the meeting positive. It's a good idea to open the meeting with something good that happened that week. 3. Make sure everyone is invited. The goal is not to be exclusive, but give everyone opportunity to have airtime. 4. Agree to disagree. Work to resolve all issues. And if there is a situation where opposing views can't be reconciled, it's important to respect each other's differences and agree to disagree. Military and veteran caregivers are at risk of depression. Military and veteran caregivers experience depression nearly twice the rate of non-military caregivers. The more severe the mental and/or physical health condition of the veteran, the more demands you face as a caregiver. Conditions like dementia, traumatic brain injury, and post-traumatic stress disorder can be particularly challenging for caregivers. Trying to cope with daily life in addition to watching out for the veteran's triggers or helping them cope with their own stress can lead you to feel overwhelmed and increase feelings of depression. Consider mental health support for yourself in the form of support groups or meeting with a psychologist one-on-one. You need a support network around you. Reach out to family and friends for a listening ear. You are the life support of your family, so be sure to take a break when you need to, whether that means calling in respite care, taking a long bath, or journaling. Assess what you're feeling and what you need and make it a priority. Let's recap what we've covered in this course. As a caregiver, Important legal documents to consider for you and your family are durable power of attorney, wills and trusts. Family care plan. The family care plan is a blueprint that describes how your family should be cared for while you're away. Keep these documents current to ensure you're ready when you have to leave. Power of attorney and military ID cards. Paperwork. Keep your legal documents organized in one place. Basically, you want to have documents that will allow someone outside of your network to be able to easily access medical assistance or to assist themselves if they are a healthcare provider in some capacity on your behalf, and the best way to make this happen is to be sure that all the information they would need is available. Communication. Tips to holding a fruitful family meeting include being inclusive, low pressure with participation, and being upbeat. Self-care. Assess what you're feeling, then connect that feeling to what you need, and then make fulfilling that need a priority. You're the lifeline of your family, so taking care of you first will benefit them greatly. Resources. For a list of additional resources, see the link below. Thank you for taking the time to take this course. We appreciate the work your family does to support the veteran in your life.
If you have any questions or need assistance, go to the PsychArmor website or call the PsychArmor support line at 844-779-2427. Thank you for completing this course and taking that one step further in learning about our American veterans.